The Kansas City Chiefs enter the bye week with one of the best rushing success rates in the entire NFL at 50.5%. That's third among all NFL offenses. They've done it with Kareem Hunt, Carson Steele, a little bit of Pacheco earlier in the season. But what they're doing right now is getting the ball downhill in the run game, getting after it. They're mixing up their run game, and it's leading to an offense that's able to do a little bit of things that we're not exactly used to under Patrick Mahomes. And that's what we're going to talk about today, how this rushing attack has created a different look in Kansas City's offense under Patrick Mahomes, and how they're going to have to continue to do this without their key offensive players. And like I said, we are talking today about the play action pass. Everything they've done over the past 2 weeks has led up to adding more of it into their offense. So let's go ahead and talk about it. My name is Daniel Harms. This is the RGR Football Channel. I'm a senior film analyst. And like I said, we're talking about the play action pass today, how they're able to set all of it up with the run game continuing, with Kareem Hunt getting 28 carries, 27 carries over that game against the Saints. And they're able to run the football through 80 plays and create such big, vast advantages in the play action pass department. Now, in the first 4 games of the season, in true play action passes, that eliminates all RPOs. So this is just true play action pass. They were 11 of 18 for 170 yards. There's 2 scrambles in there. There's a touchdown thrown in there as well to Wanya Morris, which is a play action pass. In this game alone, the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, was 7 of 8 for 146 yards through play action pass. And that's awesome. That's exactly what you want them to do. And when you're able to create I'm not getting the right thing here. When you're able to create different looks through play action pass, you can really create a lot of problems in the defensive side of the football. And really, this was the largest game that the Chiefs used any kind of play action. And even with their RPOs and things like that, they had 12 total, which was, again, more than any other game this season. And this is part of that process, how you generate play action, how you generate chunk gains without Rashee Rice, without Hollywood Brown, without Isaiah Pacheco. So we're going back to this play right here. You just saw a big chunk gain to Travis Kelce, and they're going to open up the middle of the field in a couple of different ways. One, let's go ahead and open up this guy here. You're going to have both Travis Kelce and Noah Gray on the right-hand side of your offense. So right here, they're on that. It's more of like a bunch formation, but you have Noah Gray in line. Travis Kelce is going to come out and just kind of run a little bit of an outside release, come back in and over the middle of the field like we saw. Juju Smith-Schuster, who's also going to get open on this play, is going to more release this to the entirety of the outside. So it's almost like a switch release between Travis Kelce and Juju Smith-Schuster, who's going to come up here, release up, get out, and do what like Travis Kelce does, a little bit of weaving throughout the defense. Noah Gray is going to be chipping to the flat. This is important because on the play action side, you have Carson Steele coming out to the left. So both of those players are going to create horizontal stretch. And then you have the vertical stretch on the left-hand side with Justin Watson, once again, running more of his corner routes. So naturally, play action pass, linebackers are thinking flow to the running back. All right, that's step 1. Step 2, we have 2 different flat route actions between Noah Gray and then the running back to the flat, which stretches, again, the defense horizontally. You're going to get a little bit of overflow as well. And the linebackers are going to go with Noah Gray a little bit out here. But you also have, this linebacker right here flows directly downhill. And then this, again, you have flow to the running to the tight end on the opposite side, naturally creating that diversion in the middle of the field, which is exactly what the Chiefs want. They want to get a big play right here in the middle of the field, somewhere behind those linebackers. So both Juju and Travis Kelce are going to clear linebackers, and boom, over the middle of the field. Both of them end up getting wide open on this play. Obviously, Patrick goes to Travis Kelce, but look at all of this space in the defensive middle of the field. There's 2 players essentially on Justin Watson. You have 2 defensive players attached to Noah Gray in the flat on first down with a running play action on first down. So it's going to create more of that defensive mindset that they can blitz on first down, they can run blitz on first down, they can attack those players in the flat, or they can overreact a little bit to the running back in the play action. And this is where Travis Kelce comes to get the big play, because they're able to create so much movement over the middle of the field and create that horizontal stretch. So the play action game, because their offense with the run game has been so impactful, they have to do some things differently, right? They have to get to more of that play action pass. And I know that this was a lot of run for the Kansas City Chiefs, running the ball over 30 times in this football game. But again, with 80 plays, they still passed the football more. And when you're able to sustain drives like the Chiefs were able to in this football game and create some of those explosives, again, almost every single one of these play action passes went for 13 or more yards. That's huge. Like, again, we're not counting the RPOs. They were RPO successes as well to McCole Hardman. And I believe Xavier Worthy got one as well. So here's, McCole Hardman going in motion to the left-hand side with play action, with jet sweep on the opposite, underneath the drag, You've got that cross action. So we have another play where they run, play action pass with Carson Steele, but watch what they're going to do with, again, the motions. So a lot of times you'll see the Chiefs run jet sweep, fine, no big deal there. And then you have the offense play action pass to the left as well. So you have two players going in motion to the left. Defense, all right, we have two guys going to that left side. And then also, when the ball is snapped, they're going to have Xavier Worthy scrape across the backside and get into the flat. More horizontal stretching, creating open parts of the middle of the field with the play action game. Again, you got Carson Steele and McCole Hardman going to the left, another fast player, and Xavier Worthy going to the right. So what happens? You've got lots of open middle of the field here. And really, Noah Gray does a fantastic job of blocking down, selling this, and then just turning around, opening it up. You got, once again, Justin Watson, just clear out, baby. Clear out. Act like you're going to clear out for Xavier Worthy, who we want everyone to think is getting this football. And again, you've got outside here. Patrick's going to bootleg out to the right-hand side. And then we have space. Two players. Oh, we got you caught. This is exactly what we want. We want two players flowing with Xavier Worthy. We want the defense to flow with that play action pass. You've got three defensive players on this side. You have two players with Justin Watson, one over the middle of the deep middle of the field. And look at the middle of the field. Look at all of this. It's a fantastic job, again, of creating space, using scheme to maximize the players you have. When you don't have your number two, your number one receiver, your number one running back, you have to get a little bit more creative. Now, this isn't going to work for everybody. The Saints came into this game playing a ton of man coverage. Tons of man coverage. They switched it up and they ran far more zone. Travis Kelce, Juju Smith-Schuster were eating the zone up all night long. And then when they went to man, it didn't really matter. They were able to still create those explosives. When you are running the ball successfully, defenses have to respect your ability to run the football in any situation. So while the Chiefs are not getting huge explosives in the run game, they're not. They're generating tons of 5, 6, 7, and 8-yard gains, which is putting them in those second and short situations or even third in short situations. And defenses do not have all of the accountability to maintain, all right, we're going to be run blitzing here. Oh, no, we're going to have to get back in our zones. We have to do all these different things to account for what they can do successfully on the offensive side of the ball. And then we have another play to Noah Gray, who continues to be one of the most effective play action pass catchers in Kansas City, because they just seemingly forget about what he's able to do. So you're going to have a blitz. Initially, it looks like this is probably going to be more of a run blitz. You're trying to catch the Chiefs in a run or a play action pass like they do right here. You want to catch them there, right? So the blitz comes off the edge in the play action. Patrick Mahomes, once again, will be play action faking. I believe this is the opposite direction. Yep. The opposite here. So you got this one right here. Patrick's going to come off and again bootleg out to his left. But the Chiefs, had they not blitzed, probably create more problems for the defense here than they already created for themselves by taking away a defender from the left-hand side, but also motioning to see what happens, because you have a GT counter action. So both Travis Kelce and Joe Thuney are going to be pulling on this side actively, again, trying to sell that play action fact. So GT counter, for those of you that don't know, guard, tight end, guard, tackle. Maybe this is more GY, excuse me. So guard and Y tight end, detached tight end. So sorry, GT counter, my apologies. Let me explain it a little bit better. GT counter, where you have guard and tackle pulling from the opposite side of where the ball is going. to lead block there. GY counter in this instance would be the tight end, the Y tight end, the detached tight end right here in Travis Kelce, and the guard are going to be the ones that are pulling. So they get that fake pulling right there, that pull action with, again, the play action from Kareem Hunt, Patrick Mahomes coming out to his left, and then you've got Noah Gray getting right into space. You also had Jared Wiley creating a big play opportunity as well on this play with the clear out from Juju Smith-Schuster running that corner out. You guys notice a lot of their wide receiver plays are creating open spaces to get the ball somewhere else. So if you have like Justin Watson, who's running those corner routes, if he's clearing out two players and underneath they go with him, then he gets to Xavier Worthy in the flat. There's multiple different options. There's multiple different ways to create some bigger explosive. And Patrick, once again, here notices, all right, I've got a player in my face. I need to create a little bit of time, right? So he throws this off his back foot as he's going back, as he always does, being able to create this, again, explosive play, which in this instance, it's about a 13, 14-yard gain. So it's not quote unquote explosive, but on first down, you're generating a first down and you're moving the chains. We're going to call that explosive for this situation and for what the Chiefs offense is at this moment. It's hard to really create a ton of big explosive plays without your top playmaker. So the Chiefs are doing what they can, and then they'll be able to get the football, hopefully at the bye, to Xavier Worthy more for bigger explosives. And this is where sometimes you're not going to get everything picture perfect every single time, right? Another play action pass, and Patrick's under duress immediately. And, oh, hey, little guy in the flat, we're going to create a big play. That's just what he's able to do sometimes. So this is once again built off of what the Chiefs are doing. Clear out route by Justin Watson, an over route from Juju Smith-Schuster, and then you have the running back play actioning through the offensive line and into all that space that was created from the play action pass. And then on the opposite side, Noah Gray is just going to be blocking right here. Travis Kelce's doing his thing that he always does, kind of releasing out, coming up, and then flat right here. So you have a lot of different options on the left-hand side. This ends up being, like I said, a big play to Kareem Hunt, but watch again the motion of the defense. So they are initially really aggressive because of that second and short situation. Look right here, second and short. You have all that wanting to get downhill quickly. So the linebackers, the cornerback on the opposite side, they all get sucked up a bit more because they've been so successful in the run game. So this is, in my estimation, I don't know for sure, this was a run blitz called by the New Orleans Saints because this linebacker was coming downhill no matter what. And his responsibility typically, if he's reading and reacting to a play action, would be to get to the running back out of the flat. But since he never goes with him, I think that the Saints had a run blitz called. And then you get the little chip there from Kareem Hunt, and there's nobody in the flat. Travis Kelce doing a good job blocking to give him some more space. So Patrick Mahomes, you got some pressure in your face. Right there, 95 beats Trey Smith right around, and then you're trying to get out and get up something. Linebacker right there. Patrick makes somebody miss, and you're not going to have perfect protection every single time, but sometimes you got to go out there and make a play, and we know Patrick Mahomes can do that. He was playing basketball sometimes in this game where you had some pressure coming up the middle, coming off the edge, and he was able to avoid a lot of it and only getting 1 or 2 sacks in this football game, which probably should have been a lot more. So we're talking more about this play action pass and why it's going to be so important for them, because then here we're talking about if this time it's going to Xavier Worthy in the flat, you still have Noah Gray this time causing that stretching vertically on the opposite side of the field. And Juju Smith-Schuster is going to come across. There's that horizontal stretch once again. And then on the snap, Xavier Worthy comes across with the play action pass. You see, this is really close to what they did with McCole Hardman and Xavier Worthy. Only this time, the defense played the middle of the field a bit better, and they didn't get to the flat as quickly as they did. They didn't over pursue on the flat to Xavier Worthy. So you have Travis Kelce is going to basically just be blocking out here. Kareem Hunt, this is from pistol formation, which they also mixing up the different formations they're running from under center, from shotgun, from pistol. It gives those the defense different looks when you're able to be successful in your run game in multiple different facets and multiple different runs, not just inside zone, not just counter, not just single back power, but they're running a bunch of different types of these plays. So there's that motion. Boom, you got guys coming out this way. And then again, you will look at the defense. with the action to Travis Kelce coming on this side, kind of quote unquote blocking, you have 2 defenders here, 2 defenders here, and then the outside or the deep safety here, and somebody has to run with Noah Gray. And where is everybody else? There's nobody here. Perfect timing for the throwback to Xavier Worthy, and he is going to reduce angles. That's just what he does. Unfortunately, the guy, the player got injured right there. Hopefully he's okay. And you never want to see injuries, especially non-contact injuries. Those are the worst. But when you're trying to catch up to the speed that Xavier Worthy brings, you're unfortunately sometimes trying to push stuff a little bit, overcome some of that. So hopefully, again, hopefully he's okay. But this is what happens with all the different motions, all the different ways that they're stressing defenses horizontally, and then you're able to create those explosives, those big plays off of the motion. We saw it with, McCole Hardman and Xavier Worthy doing the same kind of motion. And this time we get a little bit different, where instead the defense goes with the motion to go with Travis Kelce and Juju Smith-Schuster, and Xavier Worthy is a beneficiary. So we're going to have 2 plays here now with the resurgence of Juju Smith-Schuster in Kansas City. Is he going to do this every game? No, that's not going to happen. It's not realistic to expect that you're going to get this every game from Juju Smith-Schuster in Rashee Rice's absence. But this is the counter, right? They were doing so much zone in this football game initially early. This is later in the football game, and they get the man coverage that they were expecting for most of this football game. So there's the motion from Juju. He's going to come around everybody else and then basically almost like a half circle route. Motion out to the middle of the field. Then you have the clear out stuff from the Chiefs underneath, where the outside receiver run into the corner. Basically, essentially, Xavier Worthy is speeding up, trying to release to the upfield and then go over. Now, this is creating flow from the defense, a little bit of movement as well. And watch Xavier's route. I think it's really good here. And he probably would have been open if he didn't trip. And then on the opposite side, you've got Travis Kelce just kind of blocking and getting out here and turning around, just kind of being on the opposite side and doing what he wants. And there's the play action fake to Kareem Hunt, goes out to the right-hand side, which is, again, creating a little bit of 4 receiver look on the right-hand side, so 4-by-1 formation until you get the routes all the way go through. And Xavier, again, does a really nice job here of extending through, trying to work up the field a little bit and then break off. And then again, he does trip. But what we've seen with the man coverage and safeties that are going to come down is when you have receivers, specifically what the Chiefs like to do is they like to attack that middle safety with 2 outward breaking routes or 2 fast guys. They're going to try to break this way and force him into conflict. And that creates movement to the middle of the field because there's no safety there now. And then you can get Juju Smith-Schuster, unfortunately for our guy here, Tyrann Mathieu, who I hate that it had to happen to him this way, but it goes to show you opening up your hips this way when you have a receiver who's just going to come this way can negatively impact you trying to flip them and go if you miss. And he trips, he tries to click and get back that way, and it's open. Everyone's open for Juju Smith-Schuster. The big 50-yard play. You have no safety in the middle of the field. He has to recover because you have those 2 deep out safety or 2 out routes that are going to pull him into coverage and really stress the deep parts of the field, and then open the middle because you have movement there against man coverage. Even if Tyrann Mathieu had flipped his hips, this is probably a completion. It's not going to be 50 yards, but it's a big completion no matter what in my mind. So, and then they have a nice job here of getting Juju again over the middle of the field, but this time it looks a little bit different. And the Chiefs run play action off of split zone. So you have tight end coming across here. Everybody else is going to block down to the opposite direction, but it is that motion. So it's still pass. You're still pass technique. So you're still getting into that depth, but it's the motion, the action of the offensive line, and then this tight end scraping across into the flat that creates that split zone look, split zone feel, and then the tackle out here, Wanya Morris, just get enough to give Patrick some space out there to be able to do that. So movement of that tight end across, just give the look of split zone with the running back. And then you've got, once again, Juju Smith-Schuster outside release, or inside release, and then outside, and then into the middle of the field. Xavier Worthy is just running to right the opposite side, basically. Just angle all the way across the formation. Justin Watson, vertical stem, a little bit of outward look, and then to the post. And then, like I said, you've got Noah Gray coming across to the flat. So you have multiple different options you can go with on this play. And with that play action look, again, this is later in the football game in the second half where you have guys over the middle of the field, and they just continued to block out here, stretch the middle of the field here, and then clear those underneath defenders. And Juju Smith-Schuster is wide open because you have to allocate defensive possibilities, defensive players to, oh, I have to go this way because Xavier Worthy's coming this way. Well, I am too off of Juju Smith-Schuster. There's nothing you can do here. There's just nothing you can do to be able to actually get this going the right way for your defense. And this is, again, just a nice job. It's a good throw. Oh, sorry, it's not a good throw. He misses open Juju, and this is a great catch on his face mask, really pulling it down there. So all in all, when you guys watched last week's video, you saw how they were using Kareem Hunt, getting the run game going. We started off the show with a little bit of that as well, showing you what the things they're doing in the run game. It's getting downhill quickly, getting to those linebackers, forcing them to have to come up and make plays. And when you can do that, when you can consistently chunk down the field, going vertically at a defense, you create so many problems because you have to then respect what the Chiefs do on the ground. You have to respect it. We've talked about how if you are going to be this offense, this style of offense where you can't necessarily create those big plays down the field all the time, how can you create more space? Well, first of all, you can run the football. You can force defenses to have to respect the run game. And with you being the third best rushing success rate offense in the NFL, defenses have to respect what you do on the ground. It opens up the play action pass on first down. It opens up the play action pass on second and short, or any of these third and short situations, because you can run the football. Now, they need to be able to run the football in the red zone and in the short area to be able to consistently do that and then score some touchdowns and create play action off of those plays in the red zone to score. But this is a move in the right direction. They could not run the ball last year. They couldn't. And they had to find different ways to move the ball. Now you're down players. They can run the ball. They're out. Pacheco, he'll come back in maybe a month, 2 months-ish time frame. Kareem Hunt has come in and given them something, some real juice, and given this offense life. So Juju Smith-Schuster, great game, 7 catches, 130 yards. Travis Kelce doing everything he can against zone. Again, the Chiefs did a fantastic job of manipulating that zone and taking advantage of it with the play action pass. So look forward to them running the football and then throwing and getting those chunk gains through the air with play action. I hope you guys enjoyed this video breakdown. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that sub button. Allow us to continue to earn some likes from you guys and to teach you more about the game of football. We'll have more for you guys. With this being a bye week, content will change up a little bit, but we'll still have some for you throughout the week and into next week before the Chiefs take on the 49ers in week. They'll be there week 6, but real week 7. Enjoy your guys the rest of your day.